Big up, everybody. It's your boy. I forgot myself muted. It's your boy, Marken, guys. You know what it is. It's the Midday Call-In Show. Of course, I'm going to give you the brief rumors on the transfers and what's happening right now. And right after that, I'm going to drop the link. Let's have your say. What are you guys thinking? What are your thoughts on the current news that's happening right now? And it's going to be more interesting, guys, because Man United, bruh, Ineos, what's happening? There's too many crazy things happening. We need to be a little bit more classy about what we do, how the business happens. And right now, the news is getting disturbing. And let's start with some of the reports. The main situation right now, it's Kobbie Mainoo, guys. And to be fair, this could get ugly. And I would say, guys, to be fair, Chelsea fans and Chelsea has to be taking the piss in this situation because, you know, they're trying to put Kobbie Mainoo in the Chelsea kit, and he's still a Man United player contracted until 2027. Of course, the rumors are he's on 20K a week, and of course, with the breakout season he has, you know, one would say it should be bumped up a little bit. But there are some crazy rumors coming in that Kobbie Mainoo is unhappy with the contract of Man United offer that they've recently in talks with. And I don't know what your thoughts are on this, guys, but let's discuss. Let's hear what this article has to say. Kobbie Mainoo is no longer viewed as untouchable at Manchester United. Reports have revealed amid Chelsea interest that the stalemate in the contract talks. Mainoo remains on the contract he signed back in February 2023, around 20K per week, and has seen limited progress in negotiations over a bumper new deal, promoting reports that Chelsea are leading the race for the teenage midfielder. Mainoo is looking for a new weekly salary, and there are some reports claiming mammoth fees by 10 times in the cost of £200,000 per week. But I don't know. I don't believe this for 1 minute. For some strange reason, I think there's a conspiracy here. I don't think Mainoo is the unreasonable, unforgettable type of youngster. I think he's one with respect. And I have to take that into account in my determination when I'm reading these articles, in a sense, because I don't believe it for 1 second. Maybe he might have asked for 100K, or maybe he asked for 80K. In that case, if it's 60 to 80K, I would give it to the youngster. I think he deserved it, and I think he's going to be pivotal to us going forward. But 200K seems a bit unlikely, and Ineos are in a cost-cutting situation, attempting to reduce the wage bills, and this hesitance has left Mainoo believing he can find a better contract elsewhere. So, on this, as reluctant I am to say this, if he can get paid better elsewhere, so be it, guys. So be it. Big up to Danny B in the building. Big up to Danny B again. Double big up, bro. The promises that they have not fulfilled, we will definitely be discussing that. Ricardo Pereira, my brother. Of course, you know, we don't want Kobbie Mainoo to go. We all love Kobbie Mainoo. But what they're doing right now and the reports coming out make it quite difficult to see where the truth lies. And I'm saying this, guys, because he's not only Kobbie Mainoo. You know what I mean? He's not the only player that it seems that they're reluctant, but might sell. Garnacho, I mean, he just signed a contract as well in February 2023. 50K a week. He got his bumper. Is he asking for a new contract? I don't know. But according to reports, there's interest in Garnacho from Atletico Madrid, among other clubs. Will Man United sell these homegrown talents just to balance the books? Because, I don't know, maybe Ineos can't afford to invest in a club that they wanted to invest in. And I have to say it like that, guys, because I'm thoroughly disappointed. I understand the business and workflow, but success brings profit. And you can't be selling the bright startlets that can develop into that success. It's not every day we produce talents like a Kobbie Mainoo. It's one every 3 years, it seems like. The last one since was, in my opinion, maybe you can say Garnacho, but the real top talent was the guy that's gone to Marseille. You know what I mean? Yeah, but Royden, it's not about what Casemiro is getting. It's not about what other players are on. Kobbie Mainoo has done nothing to deserve anything north of 80K, bro. He's only been here one season, doing it one season. They haven't done anything. And Casemiro, while he came in from Real Madrid, he has won many titles. He's earned the quality, the respect over time of doing it and proving it over the years. Many La Liga titles. Guys, we have to stop looking at the underperforming players because they're underperforming. Euro was in team of the season in Ligue 1, my brother. He was better than every other defender in Ligue 1 in the 20 other team, the 19 other teams in his position for the entire season at 17. He's on 112,000 euros per week, broski. That's 90K. If we give Mainoo 80K, it's fine. 60, 80K, it's fine. With bonuses. 100 plus is insane. Amaj does not deserve that neither. He hasn't even done it for a full season. To give those guys anything north of 90 is insane. Talent is great, but they have to prove it on the pitch and earn that money. James is a beast. Sucks for him that he's injury prone. 100%. 100%. I still don't think 100K, bro. You have to remember, guys, that foreign players come into the team. It's always going to cost more than homegrown talent. Mainoo was developed by Man United. So was Garnacho. Euro wasn't. You understand, it's a different concept. We can't really conflate the two things, to be honest. Reluctantly as I am to say this, we can't afford to give a 20-year-old 100K because when his contract is up for renewal in 2027, he's going to want 200. And when that is up maybe 2 years later by 24, he's going to be on 300K. It's the same thing that happened with Marcus Rashford. We need to keep the bill down. Until he's 24, he should not be earning anything north of 100, maybe 120. And then when we win, or if we win during that time, you can bump it up. Give it a 20, 30% increase because we have Champions League. Give it a 20, 30% increase if we win a title. Something like that. Exactly, Royden. Foreign players pay extra tax. 38% or something like that. Whereas a local player pays something like half of that. So it's considerable. You have to look at it in the sense that there's circumstances for situation, guys. We can't just say, look at Anthony is on 160K because he was given a bumper contract from 20K. He did, in my honest opinion, as much as I like the guy, whoever did that deal was stupid. And maybe after tax, he earns maybe 120 after tax, maybe. But still, he shouldn't be earning more than 90 because he was on 20K a week. This is the interesting thing. Yo, big news for Indonesia national football team. I am sorry to say it, but Patrick Kluivert, I was a fan. He's now their head coach. That's going to be interesting. But let's talk about some other things. Let's get through some other news before I drop the link. Marcus Rashford, guys. Borussia Dortmund enters the race to sign the talent on loan. Manchester United forward Marcus Rashford finds himself at the center of a significant transfer situation. Borussia Dortmund, Juventus, and AC Milan reportedly exploring moves for the England international as the January windows gather pace, and the trajectory of Rashford's career could hinge on the decisions made in the coming days. And when I say the coming days, guys, you will understand shortly. According to Sky Sports Germany, Borussia Dortmund have identified Rashford as a potential target as they brace for the potential departure of Daniel Malian, who is linked to Aston Villa. Dortmund needs for attacking reinforcements aligns with Rashford's stated desire for a new challenge after falling out of favor under Ruben Amorim, head coach of United. Juventus are also said to be monitoring the forward, seeking a strike partner for Dusan Vlahovic. Meanwhile, AC Milan's interest remains active with internal discussions ongoing about a potential loan move. However, Milan's financial constraints mean United would likely need to subsidize a significant portion of Rashford's wages to make the deal feasible. Rashford has received a diminished role at United in the last couple of weeks, and it has been evident it's falling through situations like Jadon Sancho with financial implications on the move. Any loan deals would be complicated, not least Rashford's substantial salary. For Milan in particular, securing the player services would necessitate United's financial cooperation, and a reality that underscores the difficulty of a significant transfer in the January windows. This is interesting, guys, very interesting. So for me, guys, moving on from that, the exciting part is today, Manchester United receives first bid for Marcus Rashford, and this comes none other than AC Milan, who have tabled a formal bid to sign Manchester United forward on loan this month, as the report claims, coming in from Demartio. Rashford is available for transfer this month, but given the high cost of a permanent sale, it's attracting more loan interest from a number of sides across Europe. The Athletic state that Rashford flew to Milan on Tuesday for negotiations with Sierra side, and that was soon following by Gianluca Di Marzio's claim that Milan have tabled a formal offer for the player. Milan has said to have offered Rashford to take on an initial part as a loan deal, which would give them the option to sign him permanently at the end of the season, a format which could tempt United at the right price. It remains a stumbling block in negotiations. Rashford high wages believed to be well over 300k per week. Such a figure unattainable for Milan, who would need United to agree to cover a significant portion in the sum of 35%, which would be something close to something like around 70 to 90k. Maybe they might want more. It might be interesting. Let's see how that goes. It could be more. I think I'm wrong on the figures. I think it could be 100k plus. But would you do that, guys, is a question. Rashford may not be the only forward departing this month. He might see Garnacho joining him with interest. It's all left to be seen, guys. Interesting times and interesting news. Manchester United, on the other hand, guys, have been facing a stumbling block when it comes to signing this talent, and we're talking about Nuno Mendes. It's just been recently reported that Manchester United need a sale in order to meet Paris Saint-Germain's 60 million euro valuation of Nuno Mendes, with Ruben Amorim and new Ineos leadership keen to start a badly desired overhaul. The 22-year-old left-back has been targeted as the first signing to give balance to the team, and the Old Trafford hierarchy has made a bit of personal terms with the player, which has seemed to have caused the stalling of negotiations between the player and Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain are also reluctant to let the player leave. This is why they are demanding an extra high fee of 60 million euros for the player. They are definitely trying to mug Man United off a second time. Now, guys, I'm going to drop the link. Let's discuss bad news coming from everywhere. Cities all over Mamouche, according to several reports. Shit. Big up to Joe Blackman in the building. Rather we save money and get Dorgu. He's arguably has a higher ceiling. I would not debate that, to be fair. A loan obligation to buy 35 to 40 million could be a good deal for Marcus Rashford, says Danny B. I'm not disputing that either. I would definitely agree to that. Big up to Ricardo Diaz in the building. Cheers, my bro. I hope you're well as well. Big up to the chat from him as well. On loan to become a permanent AC Milan player. That's what the report is saying, Royden. So currently, let's see how it goes. Maybe it could be higher for Mainoo with types of performances and add-ons. It will be interesting, guys. It will be definitely and certainly interesting to see what happens with those players. I'm going to just pin the link as guys come into the chat. Big up to everyone joining. Don't forget to smash a like. It will be very nice if you can. Thank you very much. Just give me 1 second. Let me pin this link. Boom, boom. Right. So the link is pinned, guys. If you want to come in, have your say. Big up to Ricardo Diaz in the building. Big up to Hayden Pro as well. Let's get into the discussions because it's going to get interesting. I see Royden is here already. Big up to Royden in the building. Royden, let's start with Kobe Mainoo. You know what I mean? I know you're talking about it in the chat. What are your thoughts on this, on the news? Do you believe that Kobe Mainoo is demanding 200K? And what are your thoughts? What do you think is a fair rate for his
I don't
services?
believe he's demanding 200K. I think that is Ineos spinning something there because he probably wants more, but he's not anywhere near 200K. I think it's a story Ineos is trying to spin
Yeah,
to
I kind
make
of
as
sort of
though,
think the same thing.
yeah, so that they can have a reason to sell young talent. Because if they do sell Mainoo and they don't have a good reason, there could be a huge backlash from fans. You understand?
Yeah.
Thing is, are the fans falling for it? That's the question.
I don't know, but I think the consensus that I've seen online so far is that the fans are mad at Ineos.
Yeah, I can. There. Fans are starting to lose patience with Ineos as well, especially with this. With it's not just about Main, it's about Garnacho as well. Apparently, he's also been included in this little
Yeah.
debacle that they have at the moment. And for me, we've never done that. We've always, with these guys that we bring through, these are guys that that's the bread and blood of Man United. They are
100%.
the backbone of Man United. You understand?
100%, my bro.
For
Like,
we look, if he really wants more, like I said in the chat, give him 70 or 80K, and then give him performance bonuses, like they do
100%.
like they do with the foreign players. Like I mean, like I said with Casemiro earlier, he gets 350K a week, plus he gets extra 100K up to almost extra 100K on performance bonuses. So why not do the same with Kobe Mainoo? But
I
don't give him
agree.
exactly. Yeah,
I think Garnacho is on 50K with some performance bonuses. If we happen to go into the Champions League, it might bump up to like 80, 90K, I think, with bonuses. These are the kind of
yeah,
things we should be doing, and I totally agree. Like, look, I'll even extend this to Ahmad. Ahmad might be seen as untouchable by some fans, but I don't think he should be getting anything north of 60 to 80K either. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah. I
It's
agree
not
with you
been a
on that.
full season of performances. We
No,
want to
it
see
hasn't.
improvement, and
Mm,
they haven't
mm,
earned it. Like, no, we could say at Casemiro, the likes of Lenny Euro, but Lenny Euro, bro, was in team of the season in League One. He was better than every single other right back in the league at his age by
yeah, that's
a
true.
country mile.
That's true.
So,
Yeah, that's
for
true.
while I disagree that he might be on 112, his taxes might bring that down to maybe 70, 80K. And
Yeah, that's
while
true. That's
while
true.
I'm not really caring too much of what the tax factor is between players, I still think that players need to earn the right to earn 100K, win a title,
Yeah,
win 2 trophies,
yeah.
you know,
Mm,
go on a run of 5, 10 games where you are 9 out of 10, or 15 games where you are 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, week in, week out, bro. And then
yeah.
talk to me about 100 plus K a
And
week.
then you're constantly getting, or if you get player of the month 2 or 3 times in the English Premier League season, which is quite hard to do, that then you can talk, then you can start talking about it. Now, for me, I must admit, currently what Garnacho and Mainoo are getting is a bit low compared to other guys that they have played better than. So what this is why I say, why not do performance add-ons? What makes it so much easier, and then it forces the player to put himself in that position that he has to in order to get that extra. Let's say they say, right, Manu, you do this and this and this, you get an extra 100K. So it's up to him to do that, and if he does it, he gets an extra 100K.
This is the thing. And for me, like Lumon is saying here, why start with Mainoo? What makes him
Yeah,
the scapegoat? And it's not fair at all.
Mark, Mark, why? Pure profit, mate. Pure profit.
Bro, this sound like the
Mainoo,
Glazers.
Mainoo Garnacho, pure profit.
Bro,
Easy
this sounding
sells,
like
pure
Glazer
profit.
business, bro. Glazer
It,
business. You
it's
feel
not
me?
Glazer. It's called Mark. It's called Glinios. I'm calling them Glinios from now on.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, like, to be
yeah.
fair,
That's
bro, like, I be so real. I don't believe he won 200K. Even if his agent is the
no.
one pushing
I
that, or
don't
people
believe
want
that
to say
either.
it's the agents. But
No,
yeah, fair
no.
enough, bro. He can get 60 to 80K with bonuses that go above 100. I am supporting these things because then I
Yeah,
know he
yeah.
will perform to earn those bonuses. You understand?
Yes, of
And then
course,
we
of
could set a
course.
precedent across the team that, hey, listen, those guys who on 200 plus K a week, their days numbered and they have to perform. If they don't,
Yeah,
ship. Big up
yeah,
to Joe
yeah.
Blackman
I
coming in
agree.
as well. Bro, he's always in the business.
Go on.
Chilling,
Hey,
bro.
Joe.
What's
What your
cracking?
thoughts are, Joe?
Joe, you
I'm
need to lay down the law about the likes, eh?
Hey, what's the light saying right now, people? Hold on a minute.
I don't
Let's
know.
check in the
Guys,
building. We've
Joe is
only
the sheriff for likes.
there's only 13 likes and there's 21 people watching. Come on, man. The rest of you
Yeah,
criminal.
that's. Come on, guys. We
Come
can
on.
do it. Let's get up to 21. Joe, what's your opinion, man?
I really just wanted to say this, yeah. It scares me the fact that we're hearing
mm,
this
mm,
kind of news
mm,
about Kobe at this
mm,
precise moment in time.
mm.
Right?
Uh,
Because we're hearing this news
mm.
about him, it makes me scared that they're actually going to try and make a move on him. Do you know that?
Yeah.
I don't like how
Joe.
the talks are he's demanding too much. Look, in contract negotiations, right? You never really hear what the other sides are talking about. Who heard about
Exactly.
contract? Who heard about Bruno's contract when they were talking about it? Who heard about Rashford's contract until the end when they told how much he was going to get, right? It's too much going on.
hmm
There's too much talk about it. There's too much animosity around Kobe's name, and I don't like it. He didn't start the season well.
Yeah.
I know what these guys are like around trying to make profit. They've been making cuts. They've been doing what they've been doing from the beginning of the season, and now they're telling the eyes to the youth, the ones that we already believed in. If they start taking
hmm
out the players we actually said that need to build a team around, F these guys, man. I don't care what nobody says. I know people are saying, Man
Joe,
United, yeah, but I'm not like this. Not like this. I'm telling you.
Brother?
what game was it last season where they had Mainoo, Garnacho, and Hoyland sitting? Remember, we scored a goal and they sat there. The three of them sat there together. After that, Neil said, These are the three players we're going to build a team around." And then they even said in the summer, "These three players are untouchable." And now they're changing tune. And for me, I don't like it. And it doesn't just that, it sets a precedent across the whole academy because every one of those academy players can say, hey, if they can do it to Mainoo, they can do it to us. And those academy players, once they get to under 18s, can say, hey, listen, find me a place, find me a better club out of this place. And that's and
100.
that's and that's a worry. That's 100. That's a worry.
That's a big worry. And Ricardo Diaz is right. Gradual contract objectives, renewal, increase in Mainoo's salary at this time is giving the wrong image to the kids at the academy. Money cannot be the objective. I mean, it is a business, guys. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, this is a specialty business. It's about football. It's a sport. It's about winning titles. When you win, success. You can't just get an increase in your pay when you're not winning anything. You understand what I'm
Exactly.
saying, guys?
Agreed. But also, I
Exactly.
would have to say as well, though, that you know what, in terms of how reliable they are and how essential they are to the team, does also have to play a part in it as well, though, Mark. Because for
Exactly.
this,
True.
No, I don't
True.
disagree there, bro.
True.
But after 1 year, Joe, I
go
can't
on.
say 200K from 20K, bro.
No,
That
no,
is
no, no. Stop,
impractical.
stop, 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 stop. I, by the way, I said in the chat, I completely agree with you. Like 90 would be the max that I would go to. 80, maybe 90.
Yeah.
80,
Yeah. What?
70, 80, 90. That's between the
And
ballpark.
add bonuses with performance.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah.
anything's wrong with that. And this is the reason why no one can compare him to Lenny Euro either. Say, oh, but Euro's on this or Euro's on that, bro. Euro already made it into his first team. We bought him from a team where he already broke into the first team. That was essential to their plans. Yeah. So therefore, he's a first team player already. You are just broken to your first team, which is here. Yeah. So that's why this
Yeah.
man. that much, yeah. So 112, cool.
Yeah.
Now to me, you and Garnacho are basically the same thing, yeah. I'm not saying him and Garnacho should be given the same wages, bro. Yeah, with the same bonuses. If you hit those bonuses, you man get your extra money where you might get to 112 for the year. Who knows? Yeah, but right now, it is what it is. Yeah, you got 80 or 90 or whatever. This is your what is Garnacho on?
50K with
50,
bonuses that
yeah.
take him
But
up, I
Nacho's
think, to
on
like,
50.
I think the bonuses, goal
And where did he get?
related and performance related, if achieved, takes him up to somewhere close to like 75, 80.
And how
If
long
we
ago
go
did
to
he
the
get that contract?
Champions League, those bonuses could take him up to 75, 90.
How long ago did he get that contract?
Same time
Didn't
as
he get
Mainoo,
what?
February 2023, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Why did they do him like that then?
They probably
What you
did a year
mean?
contract. Maybe they did a. Didn't they do a year, a 2-year contract?
They give
Isn't
him
it
a
a 2-year
2-year
contract?
contract with a
Yeah.
option for renewal and negotiation. So next season,
Yeah.
summer, they could renegotiate a bigger deal.
Yeah.
But they still have a year optional extension. Big up to Josh in the building.
And then see, this is what's going to be the problem now as well. Yeah, you see, like now that you said that he has another 2 years and he can renegotiate or whatever. Yeah, I feel that they should just negotiate Kobe up to where they think they want to take Garnacho to. Do you get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
these lads are in the same level in terms of their development at Man United for me. Yeah, you still have to prove your worth. Do you get me? Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. Exactly.
your work, I'm gonna give you these bonuses, not unrealistic stuff. Yeah, realistic shit that I want you to do. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that you can achieve it. I'm gonna give you enough starts. There's gonna be clauses in there as well. You know, I want to give you this much if you give me this much, and blah 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 blah. Da 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 da. So guaranteed, so you can try and hit these bonuses. You get me? If you don't hit
100%.
them,
Yeah.
you're not hitting bonuses. And guess what? When it comes to the contract renewal, then we can discuss this. Look, Kobe hit his week in, week out, week in, week out, week in, week out, and you didn't hit yours week in, week out. So therefore,
Yeah.
you know what? I don't feel like you're worth as much as this or as much as that. And you need to have a baseline to start with these kids, yeah, bro, and then you can go up and down from it. That's how else are you gonna prove that someone's worth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Big up to Josh in the building. What Josh's opinion on
And the
this, bro?
bonuses.
Because
Oh, yeah.
So I completely agree with Joe on this one, but I also feel like Kobe needs to understand that he's got levels to reach as well. There are so many targets he needs to achieve at United as well. So he needs to demand based on what his goals are, what his objectives are, and what the club has plans for him. So Joe is kind of right. Like if you're gonna make him part of your plans, you explain it to him, and then based on that, we know what wages we're gonna give him. But obviously, it has to be on the same page and parallel as Garnacho is, because both of them came through the academy. Both of them know what targets they need to achieve, what they need to do for the club, and then based on that, they can be in parallels as each other, especially in their wage structure. But what they cannot do is that they can't be comparing themselves to players that are going to be leaving this club. Harry Maguire, Marcus Rashford, Casemiro. You can't be comparing your wage structures to these players because they're going to be leaving the club and we're going to reset the club. So
100%.
that's something they need to keep in mind. However, I think these are two separate conversations. The wages and the bonuses and the salary bumps is all a separate conversation. But I want to speak more about what Ineos are trying to do, because if these guys, and this is a pretty, like, I'm glad some of the fans are on edge about this. If Ineos are thinking about selling Garnacho and Kobe, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Especially
I
because if
agree.
they think, it's especially if they think that the club is like, this approach sounds embarrassing, like it's disgusting. If you think your club is broke and you need to leverage your players out just so you can save the club, I don't see how this is good. Like, it's a very very bad decision. And even if you put a buyback clause in it, I don't think it works in the favor of Ineos anyway. The fans will turn on Ineos. Selling Kobe and Garnacho, I don't know. I have a very bad feeling about this. The way it's coming out, the way Chelsea are coming in. So tomorrow, let's say if somebody wants to come in and slap a bid of 70 million, and Kobe is the only one available to sell, is that what Ineos are going to do just because the other guys aren't going? What are we
Yeah,
going to
you
do?
see, Joe, you're right because you know why? It's you know why they're thinking like this, because it's pure profit, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. These are the guys that are the future Bubsy Babes, all those guys. Those Man United is known for bringing our young players through and developing Champions League winning squads by promoting the youth. You understand? And this is I think it's wrong. If they are doing this to make money for the January transfer window, I say no ways. I disagree with that 100%.
Yeah. Hello, guys. Mark.
You're on mute, bro. We can't hear you. We can't hear what you're saying.
You're on mute.
Sorry.
No, we can't hear Mark.
No.
Mark,
Mark,
you're on mute.
hello.
My bad. I was mute there. My bad. Big up. Timber, what your thoughts
what's
is,
up?
bro? Like, it's interesting because for me, I don't like it. You know what I mean? I know there's cost that will come into play with players. Players are special players. Of course, not every player should be on the same exact wage. But concurrently, I still think that, Kobe Mainoo, as vital as he is to the future of Man United, in this current moment, 60 to 80K like what Garnacho gained, or maybe 90, where you want to get Garnacho to if he was to remain at the club, would be an interesting figure. What are your thoughts?
You know what in these guys, man? One thing I've studied about these guys, they came to the club, they've been cutting costs every opportunity they get. Now, that article that says Kobe Mainoo wants £200,000 a week. I am sorry, we all know Kobe is not worth that amount of money. It's not. And for me, that is what you call rubbish. That article there is BS. And the reason why I said so is this. Honestly, Sergeant Ratcliffe and Inos, they've made it clear. Initially, they said Garnacho, Hoyland, and who else? I think Kobe are unsellable. All of a sudden, right now, they put it out there that they can sell. Now, that article for £200,000, that Kobe wants £200,000, was put out there. So fans like you guys, the way you guys are talking right now, you would react to that and say, if Kobe Mainoo wants 200,000, then sell him off. That is what I believe that article is there for.
Yeah,
exactly.
Not because I believe there's truth in it. They know for sure that the fan base are going to react like this and say, no, man, if Kobe wants, in truth, he wants £200,000, then sell him off. And it doesn't make any sense.
I agree. If he wants £200,000, sell him off, because then we are feeding that same thing. That's what happened to Rashford. You understand? So for me, if he wants that, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that he wants 200,000. For me, I see something. For me, I see this as Ineos are strapped for cash, or Man United is strapped for cash. Ineos want to sell pure profit players instead, and to generate the money that they need to bring in guys like Nuno Mendes, Colomwani, or whoever we linked to. You understand? And this is what is the worry. What is worrying for me, and I don't agree with that. I rather say, you know what? I rather take loans than do any permanent things, because now they're saying it's a financial fair play thing that they have to think. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. I'm going to tell you that for me is BS.
Kenny,
they're saying it's financial fair play.
Big up to Kenny
Big
from
up, big
TV in the building, bro. What's good?
Big up, Mark. Yeah, I'm doing all right. It's been it's been a normal day outside of football, and it's good to see you again. And it's been like 2 days after we got a brilliant, valuable point against Liverpool. And let's just hope in the next couple of games. I just hope that these players they just show the same. They just show the same intensity. Absolutely. Yeah.
Bro,
this
morning,
morning,
Kobe Mainoo contract situation, bro.
I was watching KG stream this morning, and I think KG was moving mad because the way he spoke about Kobe Mainoo's contract situation. That honestly felt like are we not doing the same thing with Rashford? Like are we not facing the same Rashford traps? So I believe So I believe like we shouldn't be doing this. Otherwise, if like Ineos would have done what what the previous
Regime.
Murto and like Arnold have done,
Hmm.
my goodness me, man, like that means we have not even learned anything from the past. So it
Exactly.
like I would maybe suggest, if Kobe Mano really wants the contract, then I'd say maybe like a 60K a week does make a little bit of sense,
Yeah,
for
bro.
me
Like he
personally.
on
Uh,
20K, he
and
definitely
that's a
deserve a
fact, man.
bumper.
And that's a fact because one thing is this, man. What's his name?
Respond to
Omari
this.
Hutchison at Ipswich is on £10,000, and that guy is
Yeah,
playing is out. Kobe Minor already is on £20,000 for a 19 years
Hmm.
old. I believe that is even enough for me. Because one thing is this, man.
Oh,
I've seen people saying that Casemiro is earning this, Mason Mount is earning this. But guys, man, let's be realistic. I'm like Mason Mount is a Champions League winner. Casemiro have won multiple Champions Leagues. And Ganacho, that is on £50,000, he did not just he's not just on £50,000. When he got the contract for £50,000, I am sure everybody can say yes, he actually deserves it. Let's forget the fact that right now Ganacho is having a bad form and Kobe is playing well. Then all of a sudden, because Ganacho is on 50, make us believe no, it should be any more than Ganacho or it should be any more than Anthony. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The thing is that Kobe is a good player, but how about even though you want to be discussing about a new contract, let it be at the end of the season. Let it be at the end of the season
yeah,
because right now, what you have Kobe going. If there's any truth in it, and let us say he gets the new contract, once he gets it, I'll tell you for sure. Ahmad Diallo also will come again and ask you for an improvement on his own wages as well, and that's the fact because
100%.
Rashford is on high wages. We have somebody like Bruno Fernandes who was already earning enough. He wanted a higher wages, and you will get people who say no. If Rashford can be bad as he is and is on that amount of money, then Bruno deserves to earn that much. And if the thing happened again with Kobe Mino, I will tell you for a fact, somebody like Ahmad will be there also, like knocking on the door as well. Like, I want increase in wages. And
no,
it
no.
just go back.
Tell you why. No, hold on. Wait a second. No, I'll tell you why. Because Mark even just alluded to the point already, fam. In these contract negotiations, there's time periods for all of this. Yeah. So, like, if I've given you a contract for the next 4 years, in 2 years we can have contract negotiations unless I decide to give you a contract negotiation next year. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That's how it
Okay.
works. You can't come to me every year just
Mm,
because you want to come to my
yeah.
door. You can't do that. That's not how the contracts work, fam. Yeah. So if I've given you a four
Joe,
in two
isn't
years,
it basically 6 months before the original 4 year extend finishes, and then
Yeah,
with the
but that's
option to
that's
extend,
when
isn't
the
it?
no.
and
That's perspective. What really
It's
happens with the
perspective. Okay.
contract? The
Okay.
team could initiate a new contract deal at any point, but the player
Mm-hmm.
can ask for
all
a
he's
new
doing,
contract 6 months, like within 6 months of his contract expiring.
That's
He
what I
can
was
ask for
thinking. Yeah,
it.
that's what. Mm,
He can open negotiations. Now, the funny bit is that what Joe is saying, I will just let him continue anyway. Joe, continue.
yeah, because this is what I wanted to say as well. Because after Kenny spoke, I wanted to say this: you are falling trap for exactly what Temba said as well when he first came in here. Yeah, don't fall for it, bro. Yeah, don't believe that he wants 200 grand a week. That's what scared me.
mm,
Yeah, fans
yeah.
that are so easily to come in and go, if he wants that, you know what? Then sell him. I believe we should offer him this. Don't make it come out your mouth because then you're falling into the trap already. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
even think it because that's what they want you to do. Yeah, they want you to be like, well, you know what? If I keep hearing this about him, well, you can go. You can go elsewhere. You know what I mean?
Look,
He goes to Chelsea and gets 100 grand and then he's happy and everybody shuts up and then we're
We
pissed
look
off.
completely stupid. We look completely stupid then, you understand? But you know what? I think this is bullshit because I just think it's spin because first they said they need to sell Kobe Mainoo for FFP. Now they're saying that he wants 200k. Him getting 200k disrupts FFP as well. So I mean, it's for me, it doesn't make sense. You understand? And this is why I
FFP.
say I
I mean, FFP is not really directly linked to the wage bill. It have an impact on FFP, of course it does, but it's not the
yeah,
wage
but
bill.
that's what I'm
It's
saying.
two separate things.
Yeah, yeah.
So for me, but like this guy is saying, the situation with Mainoo is straightforward. His agent reportedly briefing the media about interest from other clubs is likely to leverage this into a higher salary demand. But which is fine, cool and all. But from 20K at 19 with a 2-year deal to asking for 200K,
Nah, that's crazy, man.
that
I don't
is
believe that.
insanity on any level.
I don't
And bro, like I so real, bro. Mason Greenwood can't ask for 200K at Man United still. And everybody know how I feel about Mason Greenwood, bro. I'm telling you, because you know the great one come in earlier and talk about he trying to say Ahmad better. I would not even give Greenwood 200K, bro. He was on the same bum wages as all them brothers, 10K a week, right? While
Hey
doing
man,
more.
10K, 10,000 pounds is a lot of money for me again.
Brother, like we talk about this, bro. I said whoever made this deal was stupid, straight out, not intelligent. They was not good at their job. They should have been fired immediately, immediate with effect.
True.
Brother,
That
he was on
was
20K in euros a week.
Mm.
You don't give him 200K in pounds. Actually, it's 200K euros, so it's like 160K in pounds. But realistically, he should have been getting something like 80K a week, nothing more.
He
Like,
was only making a step up from Eredivisie as well. Like, come on. I would love to see Martin. What's Martinez's wages as well then? Because he came over the same year.
Martinez
I mean, I
think he on
I
less,
think
bro.
it's
I
in
think
this
Martinez
order.
on something like 60 or 80K a week, bro.
That's crazy.
I think
so why?
I don't
I
think he
think
on high
Shaw's
wages.
got the
I could
most.
double check. Let me double check before I'm totally wrong.
Shaw, I think, is the highest. Then Lindelof, and then it could be Martinez. I think it's like that of the defenders, if I'm not mistaken.
I want to see why they in the hell they thought that they would buy one guy and put him on massively high wages. I just don't understand. Just because they paid big money for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they paid,
Okay,
but
so
they paid big money
Martinez
for
is,
it.
I think, 120K a
Martinez
week.
on 120,
Yeah.
120, yes.
right? But with the percentage depreciation from not being in Champions League, right now he currently on 95.
And then with the tax as well that they pay, the extra tax that they pay would be even less. So he's probably getting less
Nah, bro.
than quite a few.
Who thought that Anthony was worth a whole 100 grand worth more than him? That's what I want to know.
Oh,
No,
that's Murta. That's Murta and Arnold.
bro, that is madmen in who doing madness. Who did
Motor
madness
madness.
for almost a decade. That is the rot we need to get rid of. This guy saying it well. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like 80K a week. He's not a specialist. Okay. I think he's talking about 80 mil to sell him. I don't think so. I don't think Greenwood was not on 80K at Man United, bro. He was something on like 10K or 18K a week. And that's because he came out of the academy the same time we bought Amad Diallo. You can check. You know what I mean? Mainoo, I wouldn't dispute that he's Ballon d'Or level, to be fair, guys. Realistically.
It's gassed up
But he
like that.
needs to earn it.
His head is not gassed up like that. His head isn't gassed like that, bro.
I don't even if it gassed up like that, I expect that from players, bro. Because if they feel them at that level, they will try to compete at that level consistently. Now, the biggest issue is the performance over multiple seasons. We have not seen it yet.
Okay, there's a decent there's a decent article that just came out a couple of hours ago from Melissa Reddy. It's on Sky Sports. If you guys haven't read into it, I would suggest you do because it kind of calms everything down. It states that Kobe Mainoo has no concerns over his Manchester United future. Uh, and like there are many other things that she says that kind of actually calms the whole situation down. She says that
Yeah, I saw that too.
yeah, she's like Mainoo's current terms expire in 2027, and there's an
Yeah.
option of an extra year, and there are deals where his pay rises based on his performances. So I think all those, and there's also written that the club have been preparing a new contract for him to reflect his growing status within the squad. So it looks like there is a plan, and there's also this last bit where she writes, while United are in a position where they have to sell to buy for Amarim, they're focused on shifting the players that don't or aren't part of the long-term future rather than the first teamers. So I think Kobe is kind of safe, and you could say that the club is actually looking at it. And I think it's a pretty decent piece from Melissa Reddy, actually. If you'll rate her, I don't know, but it's a pretty nice piece. I would suggest you read it. Let me see if I
Mark, can I
can.
just respond to something about Garnacho there? Garnacho's hate is not coming from his attitude or anything. Garnacho's hate that's coming is from false narratives that were made against him. That
Same thing.
he's the one who's leaking the team and all this stuff. So the people that are saying that the hate for Garnacho is because of his attitude and stuff, that's a false statement, man. For me that's a false statement. The hate towards him comes from the stuff that's been lied on social media, claiming that he is leaking the team and that he's too active on social media. That for me is where the hate of Garnacho is coming from. But anyway, let's get back to Mainoo.
Yeah, well, back to Mainoo. To be honest, it's one of those things where I would say it like this, right? Mainoo is definitely integral to the future of the team, but it's a time situation. Like, he needs to give more to the team. We made mistakes before. We can't make mistakes going forward now. And while I disagree with the whole narrative that he demanding 200K, if he is, I can't say no for real. He hasn't came out and said this is not true. No one has rubbished the statement. But what I would say is this: he deserves a bumper, but most importantly, it should be reasonable,
You know what
because
I
it should
Exactly.
reflect
Yeah, absolutely.
what he has done for United so far. And I think being on 20K, you won a FA Cup with United, scoring a goal. You're one of the standard midfielders who will start on average week in, week out. You definitely deserve to get that 20K doubled or tripled. I would even say quadrupled. And that is reasonable. And I think this is how we should go, in slow increments. And regardless of what you think about players who we give bigger contracts to before, that was the mistakes we was making, because we cannot be giving 300K to a player when we haven't won a Premier League. We can't be giving 200K to a 20-year-old who not arguably the best player in the team week in, week out.
you know what I
Madness.
you know what I will say about this 200K a week thing, yeah? I'll say that I feel, and I obviously this can't be true too early because it's too early. But I feel like whenever Ineos are trying to target somebody, right, they put some spinning shit out like this, and
Exactly.
that's when things get scary. Like, that's when it gets scarier, because they're trying to target somebody, so they just put out some spinning shit because if somebody is being briefed, right? Like Ineos, somebody is briefing somebody from Ineos' side. So I don't think Kobe wants 200K. He may want it long term if he wants to decide he's going to stay in United for the next 9 years, right? But when Ineos are putting shit out like this, or somebody puts out something like this, I feel like Ineos are willing to target someone, but we don't know who they're targeting. You never know. I also feel like they kind of might have done this with Rashford as well. If you're getting rid of players on high wages, you do it a certain way. You don't throw them under the bus like that just so you can force them out because you're desperate. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not
100%.
against it.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
against
think the
that.
Exactly.
Sorry to cut you, Josh, but I think that Rashford situation from the Athletic article is a bit different. I think that was more to do with because Laurie Whitwell wrote that apparently he went out a couple days before
Yeah,
the Everton game, and then
yeah,
Amarim found out and wasn't happy with that. So
yeah.
I don't think that's necessarily them forcing him out, but I do think the Kobe one's interesting. I don't believe it
You see,
that
but you get what I mean, right? You get what I mean.
mm, yeah, that's what
About
I'm
the
saying.
Ineos thing. You like, yeah. That's all I'm trying to say, actually, because I know the whole Rashford scene, so I'm just trying to use it as an example. Like, the thing is, if Ineos wants, they can interject, and they can discipline Rashford if they want. But they're letting him crash out as well. It's like they're like, let him dig his grave if he wants to do it, because it helps them. You see, they're not
100%.
looking out for each other. They're not looking
But
out for
then
each other.
But what's interesting is, like, as in with this whole Rashford thing, for a long time, fans have said, if the manager doesn't want to play any player, put them on a bench, send them to the reserves, don't play them. And in the two situations where it's happened, with Jadon Sancho and Rashford, and those situations are very different, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
I think,
Totally different.
but those two situations, both times, fans have gone, oh, but why don't we why are we not playing them? And you're like, well, if we're getting rid of him, then, and he's not doing because it all seems to be stemming from him not doing what the manager wants, but then not necessarily contractual, even though he is being, like, for what we're getting from him, he's not worth his money contractually, is he? We're not getting 300 and odd K's worth of performance on the pitch.
Well, this is why I said for Casemiro, he's getting 350K, but with bonuses, he's getting a 450K. So this is why I say get rid of Casemiro, mate. That's all. They're not performing. You shouldn't be getting their money. Yeah.
Well, if you're Kobe Mainoo and you're on 20K a week, regardless of age and what you've done in the game, Kobe knows Casemiro's a legend, but 20K, I'm on 20K a week and I'm playing and this guy's on the bench. And not only when I play, I'm making a difference. When the other guy plays that's on 300 and odd K, fans are going, he's done. So that I can understand the parity. Now, how much more is the question? I'd say max, I think I said earlier, like max 115, but that's basically in line with what Lenny Euro's on. That's why I was on those lines of they've given Lenny Euro 115.
Euros. I don't
one thing you need to understand.
Say that again, Joe.
One thing you need to understand about this Lenny Euro.
I don't think it could be a Lenny Euro salary, is what I was saying. Because
I don't think so. Because Lenny Euro was one of the best player in League One. He came to United as one of the best player in League One. So we cannot use that as a narrative to compare to what is all about Kobe Mainoo is.
Yo.
To be honest with you, I'm genuinely concerned the way Ineos has been running this club. If you look at OGC Nice, which I believe that they are the major shareholder, or even their own OGC Nice.
Hold on. Why are you calling from church, bro? We can hear you and the Holy Bible as well at the same time.
I thought it was the International Space Station, bro.
The church, bro.
I thought it was the International Space Station. I was one small step for man, one big step for mankind. Sorry, go on.
I actually thought he was I thought he was in some conference room or something. That's what it is.
That's exactly where I am. That's exactly where I am.
Oh, big up, Fix. Big up, Fix.
Okay.
Go on, Fix.
The way OGC is moving, I'm genuinely concerned about our club because I can't pinpoint any good decision they have taken so far. We all thought that bringing this man from Newcastle was a good decision. Before you know it,
Fix. You wanna check out of our room, bro. Could barely hear what you're saying, bro. The echo mad.
Okay.
But what I will say is this, guys. Like, okay, some of the guys in the chat making it some real good points here, guys. Let me go through it real quick, right? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Box was right earlier. Box posted earlier. He said, all these players that we interested, that other players interested, like Yorkers and them, they're not on those kind of wages, right? That we trying to give players that we have right now, and they have been performing it for consistently over seasons. Look at it. Edison on 49K, Lookman 44K, Marmouche 30K, Frimpong 75K, Woods 85K, Inacio 25K, Gyökeres 45K.
Imagine.
Mark, what is Saka on?
I don't care what Saka on, bro. I don't rate him.
I just want to have a comparison.
Let me double check. Let me double check what Saka wages on.
I think Saka's on 190, 180 or 190.
190.
I think almost 200K. I think
195.
Right?
195. I mean, to be fair, I could understand that, right? But the problem is, like Bulani is saying here, selling Kobe Mainoo could be totally undermining the manager they just appointed with great fanfare. It's like he moved to another selling club. I don't want to become a selling club. We've never been a selling club, guys.
Exactly,
Right?
Mark.
And I know we sell poorly. I understand that. One sec, Courts. But the biggest thing for me, guys, is like, I do rate Kobe Mainoo. I do rate Ahmad. As much as I try to keep the hype down on them, I still don't think 100K is fair for them. We know about football has been a type of way for ages, guys. And certain things have changed, yes. But the way players cost and purchase, like Premier League players, is always cost more going to Premier League clubs than any other league and going to any other league more. You know what I mean? Foreign players is always get a little bit bump in the wages. I wouldn't really be comparing to what other players making, knowing that we're trying to cost cut and we're trying to change the whole reality of Man United, the whole system, everything going on. I feel like we should appreciate Kobe Mainoo, but 60 to 80K with bonuses is plenty money for a 20.
Yeah, I agree. 80K, and then
can I rebuttal that quickly?
Let Coach run back real quick.
Can I rebuttal that? So the guy who put the Leverkusen, a lot of the Leverkusen players and the Bundesliga players, that's a false equivalency, because like outside of Bayern, we know the Bundesliga doesn't pay the best wages. And my thing is, if we're to sell Kobe Mainoo for say how much you'd say we sell him for 80 million. We sell Kobe for 80 million. We're having to then buy a player for what, 70, 80 million ourselves. And then how much wages is that player to replace Kobe going to be on?
Exactly. That's the point. That's the point. That's what.
Courts?
You're on mute, Mark. Yeah, go on.
Courts, yeah?
Sorry, sorry. So I got a message and my thing just. But yeah, my thing is like if we sell him, we're gonna buy a player that's gonna cost in and around the same figure, but then we're gonna be paying so much more in wages. So I think paying him, I'd say max 115. That's my max. I'd happily less. I don't think the 200 thing's real, to be honest.
Me too.
I don't think it's real either. I think it's just an excuse to try and justify them selling him, because if they just sell Mainoo and they just sell Garnacho, they know the fan base is going to come down on them, and then so they're trying to spin a false narrative to try and cover their backs. You understand? That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But that's what I'm getting.
And I said this earlier on KG stream, and I'm gonna say it here. What is he saying?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry, Kane, Salah, the league's most consistent. I'm not saying to pay him 200K. I understand that, but also you need to look at what's par at Man United for contracts. Isn't what's par at Liverpool. Isn't what's par at Tottenham.
Exactly.
Our wage structure got mashed up when Alexis Sanchez came and got 300,000 pounds a week. Then De Gea needed a new contract. He got comparative wages, and then everyone else since then has got comparative wages. I want the wage structure to be down. I'm not saying paying 200 grand. I said 115 max. Ideally, I think on the message earlier, I said 80 to 115 would be my kind of that sort of ballpark. I understand that, and I even said earlier, Rashford's not getting paid nowhere near. We're not getting no value for that contract. But if you see what Kane's on now, Kane's on what, 400 grand a week? That's why we didn't sign him.
He is. I agree with you in the courts. Like, I mean, like, although I would say 60 to 80K, if they give him 115, I'm not going to cry about it. Because I know for the next 2 or 3 seasons or 4 years, that's it. Next bumper, by then we probably win a title. We back on the road, the wage bill sorted, financially a little bit more stable. Cool. But I really don't believe the 200K. But I also don't want Kobe Mainoo to be facing the backlash of that report from Chris Wheeler that's saying he is demanding 200K. Because you know this fan base, Courts. Everyone here, we know this fan base, bro. It's have the guys that will come in and be like, bro, get rid of him.
Oh yeah, like and
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
and
sure,
they'll
everything
believe the
is a game
media.
that's
They'll
being
believe the
played
media. Mm.
for sure, man.
because so much of it's a game being played by both the agents and the clubs in order to try and manipulate the view from both sides.
To get the best deal. Yeah.
100%. I mean, it gonna be what it is, guys. And to be honest, what I will say is that I would like to ask you guys your final thoughts and include Ineos on this, because for me, I'm not one of those guys who was super trusting of Ineos. I did like the business they did in summer. I did like the structure that they appoint. I think there's a good direction, but I preferred Qatar, to be real, because I wanted somebody to come in and fix the problems, clear the debt, all these things. Now, realistically, Ineos might do these things. It might take a longer period of time. But what they're doing right now kind of giving me Glazer vibes, bro. And I know they got in better with the Glazers, but yo. So we'll start with Royden.
I don't trust him this much. To take away a charity, mate, is so wrong. It is so wrong. So I trust them this much. What? From now, from the moment they started this whole thing about charity, cutting charity, retrenching people that didn't, that ridiculous, mate. I mean, he's supposed to be Britain's richest man. Prove you Britain's richest man and settle the debt.
Yeah, supposed
Prove
to
it.
be. Big up,
Yeah,
Royden. Thanks.
supposed to be.
Well, hopefully, but you know what I mean? It is what it is. Big up, Royden. Thanks for coming in today, bro. Big up to you, bro. Josh, what you saying,
man.
homie?
I'm sorry. What's the closing? What's the final
The
question?
closing remarks, your thoughts on on it, all things considered that we spoke about, and
So-
basically about Ineos' impact, because you know they're making some decisions that we could say might be good, might be bad, but realistically for me, they reminded me of the Glazers in this current moment.
Bro, if you zoom into my picture, zoom into it, like put me on the big screen.
CM Punk.
Hold on one
CM
second.
Punk.
You'll
Yeah,
know.
I think right
Nah,
up
that's
on there, bro. All
There
right.
you
See
go.
who
There
this-
you go.
I
I
am the
remember
voice.
that. I
Man's
remember
dropping
that.
the pipe
I
bomb,
remember
what?
that segment.
Yeah, I am the
I remember
voice
that
of the
hype bomb.
voiceless. Yeah. I'm the voice of the voiceless moving forward. Yeah, I'm against this whole Ineos thing. If these guys try to spin any narratives on my players, I'm coming for Ineos. If they're trying to throw any of my players under the bus, if they're innocent, I'm coming for Ineos. Right? Ineos, I'm looking at them as a side eye. I never wanted them anyway. I always wanted like a full sale. I wanted the Qataris to come in, the Saudis to come in. I'm fine with them. They're my neighbors, bro. They're right across the Middle East. I go to them. It's a 2 hour flight journey. I have no issues with them. I would have liked them. But Ineos, I'm watching you, man. I'm
There
watching
you
these
go.
guys. And you know what the thing about is Kobe? I think we'll deal with him in the summer. I don't think it's a big deal. But we'll look at he also needs to look at the players that will be going out. We're doing a whole cultural reset here. It's not going to be the same anymore. So on Kobe, we need to just chill and wait it out till the summer. That's it.
Interesting, bro. Big up to you, bro. Thanks for coming today, bro.
Thank you.
Temba.
Big
See,
up.
Buck saying you had a real good point there.
Big
Yeah,
up,
that's
big
it.
up, big up, big up, box, big up, box. Yeah, what I would say is this, man. For me, I think that the Glazers out should have never stopped. You should not. You guys should have kept going on them, man. Because I'm sorry, those guys they've got that course. Whenever they manage a sports team, it doesn't go well, man. Like you would want to say no, it doesn't. It's not real. But I see what they did with Mercedes in Formula One, and I'd be like, man, no. So you guys should do everything you can. The only thing I would say is just try as much as you can to get rid of the Glazers. Honestly, that's
Thank
what I
you,
would
bro.
say.
Big up.
Big
Thank
up
you
to
for
you,
being
bro.
here. Resident Real Madrid fan, y'all. Underground United fan. Kenny, final thoughts, my bro.
Yo, Mark. Yeah. All I'm gonna say is that like in this January window, I really hope that we do get a left wing back, and I think realistically, I think it's gonna be same old loan signings. I don't know why did that Kolo Muani news came in for me. I don't exactly rate him, and that on that Ineos note, I do agree with like Royden about what he said about the charity stuff. The Yeah, I remembered your stream, and I'm still fuming, man. I was like, how did they even tear down this foundation? Like, it's crazy, man.
bro.
Like, I really like, it's literally all eyes on like Ineos. Like, Amarim has to be back in January. We do need
100%.
signings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do, bro. Big up to you, bro.
big
Thanks
up,
for
big up,
coming in today, bro. Catch you later, my
big up, man.
bro. Courts. What we saying, broski?
What's going on? What's going on?
Bro,
Big up.
I don't know,
First,
bro.
like I want to say, Kobe sort the contract out. I don't want to see him sold. I think the footballing governing body need to change this law that makes it more financially profitable to sell your academy players. I think it's messed up. I think it's messed up that your academy players are pure profit. So clubs, instead of keeping hold of their academy players, are raising them to just sell them to get more money for them. That feels messed up in my opinion. But I want Kobe to stay. Whatever the contract is, it is. Ineos, it's not looking good. I was saying their PR is not great. What they're doing is not great. It's like they're making these marginal gains in terms of no Christmas bonus, the staff layoffs, and the money they wasted on like a Dan Ashworth. Then you're like, come on now, let's be real. Like,
Exactly.
so I'll be real. I was unsure about Qatar simply because state ownership didn't fully sit right with me, and also Sheikh Jassim was never front and center of that bid. That's what was like. Had he been the guy that was there at the front and doing interviews, going, "I want this club," then I would have been like, "All right, this guy I want." But it was more like people, but in his circle were doing it for him. Like we only saw what 4 or 5 pictures of him the whole time. So, but I do think Ineos aren't doing great. So
True.
it's not looking good. We can say Ineos out, Glazers out. The problem is they're stuck in it. We have no power. Like let's be real, we have no power in order to get those guys out. But Ineos need to do better. They need to. The whole thing was Manchester, bringing Manchester United back to Manchester, and if anything, they're alienating the local fans and like working class fans. So it's not great. So, but yeah.
True.
Anyway, people like and subscribe. Mark and MUFC fan Joe's got a channel. He might upload in 2026 or something like that. But who knows? Who knows? Is that right, Joe? Is that right, Joe?
Big up, Courts. Joe,
What?
you gotta answer that, bro. The floor is yours.
Well, first of all, I would like to talk about Man United, please. Thank you.
Welcome.
I'll talk about me at the end. But listen, first of all, though, yeah, the Ineos situation is killing me right now, yeah, because do you remember certain statements, right? They pop up into my head now when we're in these situations. Do you remember when Sir Jim was on the interview and, do you know Manchester United don't have any player worth £100 million? Do you remember that?
I remember that clearly.
I remember it clear as day. Do you know listen, certain things are not sitting right with me when I look back on it. You can look back on certain things now and just look and think, they were always in it for the money anyway. The fact that they was always willing to just facilitate the Glazers, there was never 100% takeover in talk. You know what I mean? The minute they found out that they could get in there by being in bed with them, they jumped at the chance. They claim to be Manchester United fans, but they don't exactly want to feel. They don't want to feel the booth.
Obligated.
Yeah, what are you saying? Obligated. You talk the talk, but you're not walking the walk, innit? You came in with the chest saying that, look, I want to take over. Sheikh Jassim said, nah, bun that. I don't want to be in bed with these guys. 100% takeover or no takeover at all. Yeah?
True.
And I respected that. Stand on your business. Why are you trying to slime around with these guys when you know that the whole fan base, if you are a real Man United fan trying to bring Manchester back to Manchester, or Manchester United back to Manchester, yeah, then how are you laying in bed with the people that we think destroyed Manchester United in the first place?
100%. He have a
Taking
Chelsea season ticket as well, and don't forget, try to buy Barcelona, try to buy Chelsea.
Listen to that. But when you think about it, yeah, when you think about takeover, you think about investment, you think about rejuvenation, right? How are you letting Man City come to Manchester, which you're trying to promote as you're trying to big up Manchester? Man City has put money into the city. They've rejuvenated the area. Look around the area around the Etihad, around there and around where they are. Yeah. Look around where they are. They've definitely put money into the area. Try to rejuvenate the club, rejuvenate the area, and bring the community back to a standard. Manchester United now, Ineos, you're taking money out of the clubs, taking jobs away from the fans, taking jobs away from the people that have worked there for years and years and years and years. And then not only that, trying to take taxpayers' money to build something that you suggested. Don't play with me. Nah, bro. Ineos, you're pissing me off to another level. Oh, I've got a tag team partner now. Oh my God, no. You know what? I'm gonna hit tag right now. I'm hitting tag. Tag, yeah, it. Tag.
Pav! What are you saying, bro? Finish your show now,
Yo,
Pav.
what's up? I don't even know what Joe was talking about. I've only just joined the thing now.
Bro,
I'm on the break.
We was talking about the Kobe Mainoo contract situation. You know, nobody believes he won 200K. We're talking about it possibly could be a conspiracy with Ineos, with the fact that, you know, they're probably trying to soften the blow to the fans or gain a stronger position in negotiating. We're talking about Ineos breaking a lot of the promises, you know, and the stuff that we haven't given them the side eye. Full side eye mode, Ineos fraud watch.
I will turn that side eye on into put them under a microscope. Like, we're looking deep, bro, looking at the smallest particles about you. Like, I never wanted these men in the first place, innit? But when I saw that they're bringing in Barada, Ashworth, what's the other guy's name?
Today, Brailford.
Oh, no, bun that guy, man.
Omar Barada.
No, so I said Barada, Wilcox, and Ashworth in it. I don't care about Braithwaite because stuff come out about that guy as soon as he started as well. Like, he come in and said to the play, he started acting to the players like, you lot should like inspire to be this and this and this, and I was like, bro, shut up, man. Yeah, the whole Ineos thing, like, cool. I see you lot try to make changes at the start. It was going well. I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting there. I was one of the ones who was sitting there doing the whole Infinity Gauntlet thing, innit? Thanos and all that, yeah, bro. You literally went left. Like, you went left with what you lot start doing. I thought the talks of a new stadium, cool, but then I heard about you, man, trying to take the money from the government to build it. I was like, what's going on here? Because you've come in, made these promises about putting the Manchester back to the community and all that, putting Manchester back into Manchester and all that. Bro, you've done absolutely nothing other than sack people, good people. I get it. In every business, yeah, you have to make cuts in it. And we know the financial situation, but you lot have been doing some craziness with people who don't deserve to lose their jobs. And yeah, the Fergie thing. Again, there's certain man that you can't touch. Imagine, yeah, God rest his soul, yeah, if Bobby Charlton was still around the club, what they would have done to that man. Yeah, because he was an ambassador till the end, yeah. Even though like his illness was getting worse, innit? Like, he had to step down on that. But brother, if he was still about, what would they have done to what, like, probably one of our greatest, yeah, if not the greatest legend, yeah, surviving the Munich air crash and all that. And he was like, what, I think he was the last survivor. Was he the last one?
Yeah, he was.
So yeah, imagine. And then yeah, it's not great. But the whole Mainoo thing, we'll come on to Jim in a sec. But the Mainoo thing, I see it as like 3 or 4 different possibilities. Like, if they sold him to make PSR, yeah, on paper, bro, the backlash that they would get, because this kid's done nothing wrong other than try to prove himself, innit? Yeah, he's not got the whole thing what Rashford's going on at the minute with like his entourage, his family getting involved. Kobe's just doing this thing, innit? it looks like he comes from a good background. He's been brought up well. It looks like his parents are humble as well. Like even his brother, who's been on, I think he's been on Love Island and that, isn't getting involved with anything with Cobby, just letting him do his thing. He's not doing any talk about Cobby, he's just letting his younger brother climb up the ranks. 20k a week, it's considering he's on that, he should be on more because he's basically a first team player now. But like we were saying earlier, 80k, 90k maximum with incentive bonuses if we make the Champions League, because it's if you're playing in the Champions League consecutively over the seasons, then you deserve a little raise in it, but not as big as like some people are saying, like 200k. I don't know who's bringing out this 200k thing. I think
Chris
people
Wheeler.
are.
Yeah, but that's scared, bro, because they're trying to put the spin on it. It's the in your spin now, bro.
It's either in your spin, or as there's players in that club who know they're at risk of losing their place at the club, yeah, who are trying to tarnish players that they know that the fans love. That's why I said I see 3 or 4 different scenarios. Yeah, obviously making PSR, or there's just people who are just trying to put hate on him, like other players that are in that club. I won't name names and speculate, but we know who the ones are likely are because they're about to get kicked out of the club. And they see Cobby as a threat because the fans love him. And I don't think there might be a small percentage, I say about 5 to 10% of people who will probably hate on the kid, but I think he could become a great talent if he stays humble and works hard. And the money will come, the fame will come along with it. But you just got to stay humble all the way. Like Rashford hasn't. He changed his attitude. And if Cobby wants to be that person, the main man for the club, then yeah, I don't think Cobby's going to sit there and demand 200k when he probably knows deep down that he doesn't deserve it yet. So again, it could, like I said, it could be, and you're also trying to make the fans, they could try and make us into turning. Yeah, so it takes the light away from them, acting like that they're doing it right and the players are demanding this. So I wouldn't believe anything that comes out of Ineos's mouth anymore. That's another thing.
100%.
Not a thing. You lot have lost pretty much all our trust already, and you've not even been here a year. You've not even been here a year. Yeah.
That's crazy. Think about that as well. The fact of the matter is, now we're fucked. No, hold on. Now we're fucked, bruv, as well, yeah? Because how are we going to get rid of Ineos? We couldn't even get rid of the Glazers. And now they got Ineos who just started. We're fucked. Because we're going to have them for another 10 years before they get bored and they're going to try to take over some... Bro, we're fucked.
And the thing is, you know what the worst thing is, yeah? We're in this era, not even an era, in this stage where financially we're fucked, but you're sitting there fucking sponsoring Tottenham.
Brother, we didn't want to talk about that one yet, but bro, Ineos, bro, they're not doing it right, bro. And only thing we could say, and what I would say, bro, is that all of us who never wanted them, brothers, we were right. The only thing that could save us is a hostile takeover right now. And the only thing that could bring a hostile takeover is at
the fan base, I think we gave them a chance, innit? Like I said this before, I think there was a large proportion of this fan base who didn't want Qatar because they're Middle Eastern, they're brown, they're this and that. It's facts. They don't want this because they've seen what's happened at City. They don't want, like, these journalists, yeah, there's certain journalists that I got blocked by loads of them, innit? Because I called them out for being not homophobic. That's different. what's the xenophobic? Yeah, there might be homophobic. I don't know, innit? But I called them out for being xenophobic and they blocked me, innit? It was just a standard reply. I said, don't be xenophobic. One of them, I can't remember the guy's name. I think he's from Ireland, that reporter. And he said he didn't want to see headscarves wrapped around the Trinity statues and all that. I was like, bro, who even talked about putting headscarves around our legends' statues? Bro, and that's the agenda they were pushing at that time. No, and yeah, I didn't
from them. But the other teams, the other thing is as well, the other teams didn't want it to happen as well because of what happened with Man City. Do you think any other team wants to see Manchester United get pumped with money again.
No, the thing is, we don't need anyone to pump in money to like do what City did. The thing is, we make enough revenue,
Yeah,
that
no,
we
100.
don't have to worry about signings. But the problem is, with the amount of wages that we pay out, it doesn't balance the books. The amount of debt like we have on the club as a whole, like £1 billion in debt in general, 330 plus million,
A year.
in transfer fees owed. And then you look at the wage bill, bro, we're fucked. Why do you think they're cutting? Like they're basically hurting because they know that they have to pay off players to get them out of their contract. So what they're doing is cutting finances from other areas. Do you think they care about the women's team? If they could, they would get rid of that women's team tomorrow. But they don't do it because of the backlash that they would get. Look at the way that they've come in, not a single time, during their whole process, they talked about improving the women's team. When they talked about taking over the club. I don't watch women's football, but at least have the decency to respect and give them what they need to compete. Give them the facilities that they deserve. What they're doing, at this club, they're the worst thing to happen since the Glazers originally come in.
Facts. Guys, thank you for joining. I wish I could have stayed on longer, but I really have to go. I have to jump into a meeting. Big up to everyone joining. Thank you so much for being here, Pav. You know you're welcome anytime. Big up to Joe in the building. Joe, the great one, want to know when is Truth next? Let him know. Big up to everyone joining. Thank you to all of you joining. Smash the likes and subscribe. Don't forget to share it around. And guys, we'll be back later on with more. So stick around. It's been your boy Mark N. Peace out.
Baby.